Sunday mornings were supposed to feel perfect, and this one did. At first, soft spring sunlight slipped through the tiny round window. Birds chirped happily outside the tree hollow. Fresh flowers danced gently in the morning breeze. Inside his cozy little room, the tiny black squirrel stretched beneath his blanket, with the biggest smile on his face. Today was going to be beautiful. The squirrel quickly jumped out of bed, already imagining everything he wanted to do. A peaceful forest walk, a picnic beside the creek, maybe even cloud watching near the hill. He hurried through his tiny morning routine with excitement. Tiny toast, tiny scarf, tiny basket. Everything felt perfect. The squirrel grabbed the door handle confidently and stepped outside. Then, suddenly, crash! Rain poured from the sky instantly. Not soft rain, not gentle rain, a complete spring downpour. The squirrel froze. Slowly, he looked up at the sky. Water dripped from his tiny glasses. For one long second, he simply stood there silently in the rain. Then quietly, he stepped back inside and closed the door. Maybe, he thought, the rain would stop soon. So the squirrel made his first cup of tea. He sat beside the window, holding the warm little cup carefully in both paws. Outside, rain tapped softly against the glass. The squirrel smiled patiently. Surely the storm would pass soon, but it didn't. So he made a second cup of tea, then a third. By the fourth cup, the squirrel had wrapped himself completely inside a blanket burrito. Rain continued pouring endlessly outside. Tiny rivers formed along tree branches. The forest path disappeared beneath puddles. The squirrel stared dramatically out the window. Still raining. Cup number 5 arrived shortly after. At this point, the squirrel wasn't even waiting anymore. He was simply existing. Warm tea in paws, rain on the window, blanket around shoulders. The room glowed softly from the lantern nearby. And somehow, the storm no longer felt disappointing. The squirrel began noticing little things he had missed before. The relaxing sound of rain tapping the roof, steam dancing above the tea, fog gathering softly outside the glass, the peaceful quiet inside the tree hollow. The rainy day he tried to avoid was starting to feel strangely cozy. Hours passed. The squirrel read tiny books, adjusted his glasses dramatically, watched raindrops race down the window, and continued drinking entirely too much tea. Then, finally, as the sun began setting, the rain stopped. Golden evening light slowly spilled across the wet forest. The sky turned soft shades of orange and pink. Outside, everything looked beautiful. Perfect weather at last. The squirrel walked toward the door carefully. He reached for the handle, then paused. For a moment, he looked back at the warm, glowing room behind him. The blanket, the lantern, the tea kettle. Then, softly, the squirrel closed the curtains instead. He poured himself one final cup of tea, curled beneath his blanket, and listened to the last tiny raindrops falling outside. Maybe this perfect Sunday had simply arrived in a different way. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to support my channel. Stay tuned for more.